What is a 15-minute city and why are conspiracy theorists jumping on it? You may have seen this, a vision of what the future of the world's big cities might look like, but some on TikTok aren't happy.
You won't be able to do that.
Spoiler, they've got nothing to worry about. 15-minute cities are basically where bigger cities are divided up into smaller sections or neighbourhoods. This man came up with the idea. It means everything people need, like shops, gyms and bars, are all within a 15-minute walk or cycle. With town planners making places better to live in, they'll reduce carbon emissions with fewer people needing to use their cars, in turn improving people's health. Parts of London, as well as Paris and Cleveland in the US, are looking at adopting them, while Melbourne and Copenhagen have both started something similar. But conspiracy theorists are saying this is a government's plot to put us all back into lockdown. That's not true. Oxfordshire County Council recently received abuse for their plan and had to issue this statement after some, including Katie Hopkins, said things like this.
You will only have 15 minutes of freedom. This is real.
We know that's not the case. There are some legitimate criticisms, though, about whether getting rid of cars would really work and whether people might mix less with those living elsewhere. But if it's better for the planet and makes life more convenient, could people get on board with a 15-minute city?
Imagine spending 2 hours every day sitting in traffic just to attend a meeting that could have been an email. You finally arrive, the office coffee tastes like someone rinsed a burnt thong through a kettle. Dave from accounting is microwaving fish again. And after all of that, half of the people you're meeting are on Zoom. Congratulations, Australia. We've mastered commuting to video calls. But here's the real question. What if the CBD, the central business district we've built our entire cities around it, is becoming obsolete? Because around the world, cities are quietly undergoing the biggest transformation since the invention of the car, and most people haven't even noticed. Today, we're talking about something that's going to affect every Australian, whether you live in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, or that tiny town where everyone knows your dog's middle name. Sounds complicated. It's actually one of the biggest urban planning shifts happening anywhere in the world. And by the end of this video, we'll answer one huge question. Is the CBD dying, or is it about to become something completely different? For over 100 years, cities went exactly the same way. Everything evolved around one giant centre. Banks, government, law firms, corporate offices, universities, restaurants, public transport. Everyone pointed toward the CBD. Every morning, millions of people travel in. Every afternoon, they travel back out, like ants. Except ants probably have a better train service. Government spent billions building roads, train lines, tram networks, all based on one assumption. Everyone has to go into the city. Then 2020 happened. COVID changed everything. COVID didn't invent working from home. It simply proved something businesses didn't want to admit. A huge number of office jobs could be done almost anywhere. The OECD says remote work accelerated dramatically during the pandemic, and hybrid work has remained a lasting feature of many knowledge-based industries. Telecommunications infrastructure became one of the biggest factors enabling the shift. Suddenly, people ask themselves, why am I paying Sydney rent to spend 2 hours a day pretending I'm productive in an office? Turns out they weren't. Instead of one massive city centre, cities now have multiple centres. Think about Melbourne. We've got Box Hill, Dandenong, Footscray, Sunshine, Monash, Broadmeadows, each becoming their own employment, shopping, education, and entertainment hub. Instead of everyone travelling into one place, people travel shorter distances or don't travel at all. Urban planners call this polycentric development. The OECD has studied this trend for years, noting that modern city areas increasingly function as interconnected centres rather than one dominant core. Now, add another buzzword you've heard, the 15-minute city. No, despite what Facebook comments at 2 a.m. might tell you, it doesn't mean you're trapped inside your suburb. No one is locking you inside Preston, Parramatta, or Logan. The idea is much simpler. You can reach most daily essentials within about 15 minutes. The World Economic Forum explains that the concept is about bringing essential services closer to people while still maintaining a vibrant city centres, not restricting movement. The OECD also argues that neighbourhoods support shorter trips, healthier lifestyles, and multiple local centres connected by public transport. According to the OECD, Starlink changed the game. Here's where things get really interesting. For decades, your postcode determined your career. Want the high paying job? Move closer to the CBD. Not anymore. High speed fibre, 5G, and the satellites internet like Starlink have fundamentally changed the equation. Today, software developers, designers, consultants, lawyers, financial analysts can work from almost anywhere with a decent connection. Your office can literally overlook a paddock instead of a concrete car park. He notes that improved digital infrastructure is a key enabler allowing high-skilled workers greater flexibility in where they can live, although access remains uneven across regions, according to the OECD. Turns out kangaroos might make better neighbourhoods than peak hour traffic. This isn't happening only here. Around the world, cities are adapting. Paris continues expanding the 15-minute neighbourhood concept. Barcelona has strengthened local neighbourhood planning. Melbourne has a 20-minute neighbourhood strategy. The UK is encouraging more regional employment centres. North America has seen what they call the donut effect. Researchers from MIT, Stanford, and MasterCard found that economic activity has shifted away from traditional downtown cores towards suburbs, largely driven by hybrid work. Rather than abandoning cities altogether, many workers have simply moved closer to suburban centres while still commuting occasionally. It's less. Everyone leaves the city more. The city gets spread out. So is the CBD dead? Here's the million-dollar question. Can the CBD survive? Actually, probably yes, but not for the reason it exists before. Instead of being somewhere you're forced to go, it becomes somewhere you choose to go for concerts, sport, nightlife, museums, restaurants, events, tourism, and culture. Great cities aren't disappearing, they're evolving. Even advocates of the 15-minute city argue that world-class central districts remain essential cultural destinations for places people want to visit. Maybe this isn't really about cities. Maybe it's about freedom for generations. Our lives have been designed around work, where we live, when we wake up, how long we commute, where our kids go to school, even where we buy our coffee. But what happens when technology finally allows us to build our lives around living instead of around commuting? That's the question governments, businesses, and every one of us will have to answer, because the future probably isn't one giant city centre, it's hundreds of communities where we work, life, and leisure can exist together. Imagine explaining today's commute to someone 100 years from now. So every morning, millions of people climb into cars or squeeze onto trains, sit in office buildings where they spend half of the day talking to people on computers. They'd probably laugh. Just like we laugh at people who once thought every horse needed its own parking space. The real question isn't, will the CBD survive? It's this: what kind of city do we actually want to leave behind for the next generation? One designed around traffic or one designed around people? Because once cities stop forcing us together, they'll have to give us a reason to come. And maybe that's exactly how great cities are born. If you enjoyed today's rant, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you haven't already, and don't forget, hit that bell notification so you never miss a new video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Would you rather live near everything you need, or do you still think the CBD should be the heart of every centre? If you enjoyed this video and would like to support an independent reporting or having an Aussie creator keep cutting through the red tape, you can shout me a coffee. Every bit of support helps keeps the videos coming. And if protecting your online privacy is important to you, I've also included links in the description to the privacy tools I personally use and recommend. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep cutting through the bureaucracy. Until I see you next time, legends. Cheers.